Think you know everything about the Los Sueños police headquarters in Ready or Not? Think again. From mysterious hidden rooms to playable arcade machines, real mission evidence, and even donuts you didn't know you were counting, this place is packed with secrets that most players completely miss. How many of these 10 hidden details have you noticed? Was there anything I missed? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, let's dive into the headquarters and uncover some things hidden in plain sight. Kicking things off at number 1 is a partnership as old as time: police officers and donuts. Turns out, Ready or Not doesn't shy away from the stereotype. Donuts are scattered all across the Los Sueños police headquarters if you know where to look. Let's break it down. In the briefing room, you'll find 3 boxes containing 10 donuts, plus 2 more on a plate and 1 sitting on a table. That's 13 donuts in the briefing room alone. Moving on, in the hallway between the detective bureau and the listening room, there's another box with 3 donuts, bumping our total up to 16. Now head down to the basement parking garage, where yet another box holds 7 more, raising the count to 23. And finally, in the correctional room, there's a 6th and final box with 7 donuts, plus 1 just outside the box, which brings our grand total to 31 donuts across 6 boxes. If each box originally held a full dozen, that's 72 donuts total, which means that hardworking officers of the Los Sueños Police Department have managed to eat 41 donuts since these boxes arrived. And number 2, what pairs better with donuts than a hot cup of coffee? Luckily for the officers at the Los Sueños Police Department, the headquarters comes equipped with not 1, but 2 fully stocked vending machines ready to serve up a variety of caffeinated delights. Whether you're into coffee, espresso, tea, or something a bit stronger, these machines have you covered. You'll find them in 2 key spots, one in the briefing room and another in dispatch, perfect for the pre-mission pick-me-up. And yes, they are actually interactive. Here's how it works. Walk up to the machine and select your drink of choice, insert the correct number of coins, prices will vary depending on the drink, place your cup, hit the button on the left to pour, snap on a lid, and boom, you're fully fueled and ready to breach. It's a small detail, but it adds a layer of realism and immersion that makes Ready or Not more enjoyable. Coming in at number 3, have you ever noticed the sounds in the dispatch room sound familiar? That's because the same radio chatter and voice lines you hear in the main menu also play in real time inside the dispatch room. It's a subtle detail, but it's good to know the origin of the voice lines heard in the main menu.
Don't want you heading that way till we know more. Clear. By fraud, you can do it as a report and the disturbances unfounded. Don't want you heading that way till we know more. Clear. By fraud, you can do it as a report and the disturbances unfounded.
At number 4, sometimes the most powerful storytelling in Ready or Not isn't found in gunfights or voice lines, but in the quiet corners of the evidence locker. Head down the stairs into the evidence room and you'll find shelves lined with items collected from your various missions. These items often expand on the story, revealing hidden details, motivations, or the aftermath of your actions. But one case in particular hits especially hard: the mission titled Ends of the Earth. Among the evidence for this mission, a bill for oncology treatment totaling $239,457.53, a staggering amount of money that speaks to a family drowning in debt, as well as a faded photograph of the parents in happier times, with a handwritten note on the back written in Vietnamese. When translated, it reads, "Kids, never forget the stories of the war and everything we went through just to have a better life, and to escape hardship. I hope you will soon stop what you're doing. Your father and I don't want you to suffer any more pain. We don't want to see you lose your way." It's a heartbreaking glimpse into the desperation that led their children down a dark path, and it adds profound weight to the father's voice lines during the mission. This isn't just an extra detail, it's the kind of storytelling that expands Ready or Not from just a tactical shooter into a deeper narrative experience. Coming in at number 5, just outside the headquarters lies the site of a recent event that is a core component of Ready or Not lore. This is where Governor Andrew Whitfield delivered a re-election speech, only to become the target of an assassination attempt. The attack was carried out by a member of the United Planet Front, the same domestic terrorist group responsible for the oil rig takeover in the Dark Waters DLC. The attempt on Governor Whitfield's life was actually a diversion, meant to pull police resources away from the oil rig operation. Fortunately, the plan failed and the governor escaped unharmed. Inside the dispatch room, you can find news headlines covering the event, further enhancing the lore. There's more to this incident than meets the eye, and I may dive deeper into it in a future video. For now, you can check out the full story on the Ready or Not wiki. Coming in at number 6, throughout the headquarters you can overhear interactions between various officers. If you stick around long enough, a pattern starts to emerge. There's a growing tension beneath the surface. The city is falling apart, and the people sworn to protect it are clearly struggling to keep up. Conversations touch on burnout, fear, frustration, and the overwhelming sense that things are only getting worse. It's not just background noise, it's subtle storytelling that reveals the mental and emotional toll of the job. The following clip showcases one of these interactions.
I just don't know about this whole gig anymore, man. It isn't what it used to be.
What the hell did you expect? The city's been going to hell in a handbasket for years. Now more than ever with all this political shit going on.
I signed up to do my part, to help people, and make my community a better place. Who the fuck are we helping now? I don't even know who we're really protecting at this point.
Look, I know it's not easy, but ultimately figuring this shit out isn't our job.
Detective Bailey.
And even if we had the answers, who's gonna listen? We just have to keep showing up, keep fighting, and trust that it's making a difference.
I don't think I've got any fight left in me, man. Especially when I don't know what I'm even fighting for.
At number 7, if you venture down into the holding cells, you might recognize a few familiar faces. This is where some of the suspects you've arrested during the previous missions are being held. A satisfying touch that adds a sense of continuity and consequence to your actions. It's not just about clearing a room or checking boxes on an objective list. These people are actually being processed, detained, and brought to justice. At number 8, there's something strange hiding behind the walls of the HQ. Head over to the interview room and step into the third one. Look closely at the wall and you'll see a large crack. Peek inside and you'll discover something unexpected. A hidden space filled with old recording equipment, desks, computers, and even ivy creeping along the walls and ceiling. It's clearly been abandoned for a long time, and yet it's detailed enough to feel important. But here's the kicker, you can't access it. There's no door, no known way in, just a mysterious glimpse through a crack. Its origin, purpose, and why the devs decided to include it remain a mystery. Is it cut content, an upcoming teaser, or just environmental storytelling left for curious players to find? Whatever it is, it definitely adds an eerie layer to the station's already somber atmosphere. At number 9, tucked away in the basement lies one of the most unique training tools in the entire HQ. Head over to the corrections room and you'll find a suspect. And more importantly, it is the only place in the entire headquarters where you can aim your weapon at a living person. It's a great way to sharpen your skills in a consequence-free environment. And finally, at number 10, a hidden gem tucked away in the basement. Once you reach the bottom of the stairs, take a left, and then a right down the corridor, and at the very end you'll find something completely unexpected in a police headquarters. An old arcade cabinet. And yes, you can actually play it. It's a great way to unwind after a tough mission, or waste a few minutes while you're waiting for your squad to load in. And there you have it, 10 hidden details inside Ready or Not headquarters you might have missed. Whether it's donuts, suspects, or secret surveillance rooms, Los Suenos Police Department is packed with more depth and lore than most players give it credit for. How many of these did you already know? And did we miss any? Let me know in the comments below, and consider dropping a like and subscribe to not miss any more Ready or Not content.